The wait was over. VCT Pacific Stage 1 kicked off over the weekend, and the Noodle Boys of Nongshim Redforce prepared to challenge Pacific once more. The Ascension winners from 2024 had quite the impressive start at kickoff, always taking at least one map from all their opponents, narrowly missing out on the top 4. After a good break over Masters Bangkok, the young rookies would return to the stage for a rematch. Their opponents, RRQ, the team that Nongshim Redforce eliminated in the lower bracket after a grueling 42-round game on Lotus. There were two big questions on everyone's mind. Would the match end in time to go to sleep? And would Dambi play the Waylay?
There's one thing I want to see today. It's Dambi on the Waylay.
RRQ starts by picking one of Nongshim's weakest maps from 2024 on Ascent, and Nongshim answered right back by bringing out the expected Dambi Waylay. As a solo duelist, there were a lot of question marks that were relatively quickly answered.
Dambi up and over the top, landing there at Mark, and it's just going to be some shots coming in now. The ping
of Margaret at B and then pivot. So they're trying to sell that. That's continuing to be the case. There was even the TP over from Jemkin. They bought into this hook, line, and sinker of RRQ.
Sparrow getting pinged, needing to reposition, but I don't know where Dambi's going. I think he might have just dropped it unread. Jemkin is just undeniably destroying them.
Jemkin is an op.
Self-thrown. Oh, he's
no.
Gonna get spammed out. Has to exit down to 2 HP. Frankly, he's looking to get out. In the meantime, Convergent Path is going to be using that. 3 players caught. Dambi is able to find one because she's going to be taken down. Second death.
There were a couple cool Waylay moments, we could call it, but at the end of the day, the solo Waylay duelist still seemed too difficult to execute even for the creative young guns, and RRQ punished them every step of the way. Moving right along, Nongshim brings out the Split, another map they often strayed away from in 2024. And yep, it's solo Waylay again, but at least this time, Ivy returns on his comfort pick of Deadlock.
Gonna use the salvos to clear the space. I mean, some pressure gonna be onto Monette with the Astra, but he's no slouch on that agent on this map, as we know. Back when he was on GE, had some stellar performances.
I think he was when he stole the land kill record. I believe he was playing Astra, and oh yes, it has. But she going to be taken down. Margaret, nice and elusive here, looking for a little bit more, but Xfaro with a widely dodge out. A lot of those triple stacked though by RQ as Xfaro taking a really aggressive position. He's just sprinting at him, and Dambi says, "Well, thank you very much."
I think the smoke on the other side of the map might have convinced him that they weren't going that way.
Goes up and over the top here. Does Dambi now in heaven? Crazy guy, however, tucked in back sight. Finds one. Jemkin still an absolute menace. Goes for the reload. Is Ivy now left alone with everything to do? Looking for one, but ends up falling. Jemkin starting things off with the right foot forward.
Well handled by RRQ, and a buy up here from Nongshim. They're going to force. They're going to try to see if they can turn things around. Stingers and a Sheriff try to break through.
Even on Split, the attacking side still looks quite difficult for Nongshim to pull off, with Dambi struggling to find much value in kills or space.
The smoke, but is able to find one. Dambi going to be taking down some decent kills. Traded back with Cushing coming away with 2. Fishing for some more. The Guardian delivering. Persia and Francis now needing to clutch this out. The smoke dissipating. Persia about to be in the open, and he will fall. RQ not going to allow for the Forest to find value. Get themselves a 2-0 lead. Really break the economy from Nongshim.
They can use the Yoru to keep them off balance. They can use the toxic screen. Oh boy, okay. That's aggressive.
Yeah, just a self-flash out from Jemkin. Able to find one, but quick trade. Weapon potentially recoverable here. Xfaro trying to get away. Cannot. Said maybe a bit too aggressive here for the side of RRQ. She can't shut down the push. He's like now open. Monette, crazy guy. The two to try to turn the tide. A lot of T words.
A tongue twister, if you will.
Might have just invented one. The crazy guy will fall. Now it's down to Monette. Disrespects the Sync Bite, creeps forward, looks for it, cannot make it happen. It's going to be another Thrifty here. So Nongshim get themselves a third round win, immediately popped, another star going to be set. So damn fast with the util. Net does get a catch. Gets slowed up, grab well, stop him from advancing forward. The salvo's just not in position. It's going to be Francis actually able to find Crazy Guy. Monyet nearly finding the bullet as Ivy falls down to 42. Cushy looking for a timing, can't make it happen. Ooh. Hits that. Ooh. Little headshot there on Ivy, I believe. Takes him to 2 HP, but cannot stay alive. Nongshim continue to fight back.
But just enough of the ground in the way. Oh boy.
Ivy looking to try to go for the ult, but ends up getting the fake and still is able to hold his ground, finding one, but Cushy fights back, finds 2. Ivy, Francis both going to be taking down Crazy Guy, caught up in the crossfire here is Spike. Margaret.
Xfero's right there.
Jiggle peeks out, just no hope in hell to scope in that fast. Needs the rest of the team.
That's why they're pulling away.
Smoke dissipates. Xfero back around the corner. Dombeat dropping down. Be the one that tried to take space here on the site. Through elbow goes Xfero. Monyet, Cushy out into the open. They pick a target each. They find their kills. 7-5 not to beat. We'll be 8-4 at the half as RRQ are out in front by 4. RRQ looking to give, I mean, the best day of Valorant for Indonesian fans ever, perhaps.
Yeah.
Given what happened in the first series, given what's happening right now.
Looking for anybody trying to play off the back of it. Our Jemkin's going to hold the angle where they try to clear it. Ivy's got the grab net. See if he wants to try to throw this over.
Oh, hello! Everybody off a little bit more than he can shoot, but looking for the grab net set up with those salvos. Monyet does get taken down. Jemkin trying to lead the charge was huge in the opening pistol as they look for the stun. Can't quite find the elimination. Dombeat just forced down into the vent.
Get the spot onto a couple players in heaven, but oh, what a drive-by by Francis.
Strips across, peeks out, back out. Xfero on the floor. Francis, potential for an ace if he could find.
They might even be able to prevent it just on time.
Yeah, I mean, okay, well, is able to find one. Stun to try to slow him up. Dombeat, however, still able to find one at Cushy. No real hope with that little HP.
And this time they get the combo to go. Monyet just to try to scale your way through.
Okay.
That was a ghost.
I mean, sometimes. Find one, Paranoia goes across. Cushy going to be caught by that. As I do believe it's Jemkin. Either way. Realistically, nowhere to go, and Dombeat will peek back in, finds the shots, maybe starting to come alive here. Is the
okay.
The attack, saturate, sent to try to slow up the approach, and Jemkin, he's just got nowhere to go, but 6 feet under. Some damage.
But the tables turned quickly in the second half, with Nongshim's layering of util proving to be too much for RRQ to try to find a window of opportunity. RRQ had to call a timeout to search for an answer. With B and mid being locked down by the deadlock, RRQ's best bet was to try to find an opportunity onto A ramps, and Nongshim had the read, planting Persia to prepare for a counterattack alongside Dombeat.
Barrier mesh, well, there's a grab net into salvos.
Well, good luck for, good news for them, I should say. The deadlock's on the opposite side of the map from where the stack is.
That's true. Formation, they might be able to find the weak side towards A.
For the push-up, the flash is there, and Margaret completely blind.
Perfect timing. Their time's ticking.
Drone going to be cleared out, grab net, sent, avoided. RQ continue to work their way across over towards the A site. Ivy still going to be lingering there on B. Left on his own, but everybody else starts working their way across. Dombeat.
They got to go.
Gets his way around the back. Yeah, I mean, the time is ticking again. He's good multiple rounds in a row. 9 seconds remaining. Dombeat able to find one. Crazy Guy answers one back, but they have to get this spike planted. He's trying to go through elbow. It's over. They've absolutely squandered it.
Not finding success, RRQ tries to go for a faster B hit.
Teleport out, flown through, barrier mesh, gonna cut off.
And the duo of Francis and Ivy read right through it.
TP's in, Jemkin, he's just cut off. Wall's broken down now, but Monyet dead to rights. Armageddon just continues to just keep the rest contained back. They're going to have to likely save again.
Ooh, this is oh god, crazy guy. Okay.
He's not going to be ready for this.
Even if he dies, he gets his Rolling Thunder.
Oh, he is going.
RRQ tries to find another solution through their second time out, but the Nongshim coaching staff reads through it and continues to use the clock against
This has to
them.
be a perfect execute towards B.
Rolling Thunder going to be sent. It's a clip here onto Ivy. He's down on the site. Margaret looking back, swinging out, ends up falling. Cushy able to find one, turns back, finds another. Spike, however, still in the garage. Now on the floor, Ivy and Persia. They turn it on its head. Cushy doing his damnedest, but it's not damn near enough.
And who's next? Yeah, you're gonna try the ult this time.
Dimensional Drift just spotting one. Gate crashes back over here towards A. Salvo's now going to be sent out. Try to cut off the rest of the team. Dimensional Drift running thin. It's just point blank. Francis says thank you very much. Finds another crazy guy dead on the cross. Over towards ramp. 2-player advantage. Nongshim.
Can try to play around that a bit. Be careful. Contest for the spike, or excuse me, the orb, but spike in the hands of Cushy. They try to wrap towards the other side. They have to use the salvos to clear garage because they have no idea what's going on in there. That's a huge tool, potentially, for an execute out of their hands. So are they just going to pause and wait the clock out again?
What a way for this to come to a conclusion. That's going to be the case. Crazy guy going to be taken down here. Ivy finding 2, bringing this to a swift ending, it would seem. 4 more seconds, 2 more players in mid to try to deal with. He cannot make it happen. Xpero with 21 HP. Finds one. Realistically, though,
It may not have
no
been
open
the
help.
spectacle that we wanted to see from Dombi's Waylay, but the composition of Waylay, Tejo, Deadlock, Omen, and Viper just proved to be too much delay on the defense, not dropping a single defensive round in the second half, let alone only allowing 1 spike plant at all. And so here we go again. Pearl as the decider between these two teams. Nongshim returns to Dombi's trusty Neon, while RRQ has had to steer away from the double duelist with their new roster. RRQ starts the attack with both teams focusing on A main.
His teammates by running around like a madman. Ooh, those are some good salvos.
Francis just about able to go ahead and dodge out that damage.
But that opened up the space on A.
Now, okay, well, Smoke going to be following Monyet, able to come away with 2. Persia down, both going to be taking down Francis, trying to get that transfer, but cannot make it happen. Classics in hand at range versus Ghosts, all 3 players here in main. Market eating some damage. Minor amounts in reply onto Cushy. They try to play forward, but in the end, looks like it's just going to be Margaret answering one back as Monyet gets himself 3 kills in the round. RQ.
Outlaw back. You at least force out mostly full shields. Jemkin just disrespecting that.
And
gets punished for it.
Yeah, gets annihilated.
Made that a little bit trickier because he had to do a little bit of jumping around on the B side. This has worked out about as well as it can for RRQ.
Jump back, crossover into the spawn there for Jemkin. Try to catch up here alongside the rest of the team. Ivy going to get hit by the suppress. Still guarding though, widely. Not catching anyone, and Ivy just swinging around the corner, able to find 1 crazy guy dead, finding 3! Potential for an aces! Never mind, it will be Tommy and Francis finding the other 2.
Quote-unquote bigger firepowers behind him.
Francis, ooh, I think a bit going to be shown there. Swings the corner. Dombi going to be the one who actually just absolutely demolishes everyone. Just staying tucked here at Art, staying quiet, push out. Monyet, nice headshot. This is a little bit more costly, but Dombi looking for an ace and will be able to find it. We are back from the break.
Oh, how we've missed him. An ace for Dombi's Neon, and we are thankful on this day that he's not named Texture.
Everything is aligned as humanly possible for you guys.
Absolutely.
So RRQ will call a timeout to try to slow down the confidence and tempo that Nongshim has rediscovered on Pearl. The Nongshim coaching staff responds once more, telling the team to swap their default positions and focus on a push out of B main to keep RRQ
still
track.
there as well, but push out again. 3-man.
Oh, Xfero. Nebula there. Bounce, looking for the stun, finds it, Persia. Is able to pick him apart.
Unless Monyet and Jem can do something miraculous.
Oh, jump out into the open. Kill gonna be found, but there's the lineup. Not quite able to collect them both. Persia with a third will fall in Monyet's hand. Spike planted, but Dambi right there, ready to strike.
In hand, that's gonna be dodged there by Margaret. He's not seen. Doesn't really matter.
Just quick exit right here, center of the site. Rest of the team dropping down over the wall. Ivy trying to push forward, but what is that? Ivy had stolen. Spotting out one. But she's positioned for the moment unknown, but yeah, fantastic headshot. And then Monyet striking right when he needs to.
Despite some shenanigans back and forth, RRQ do eventually keep the lead at 7-5. Considering the map and the composition, Nongshim wasn't feeling too bad as they begin their attack on the B side.
For the time being, tiny bit of damage dealt here to the Vice. Just a slow, steady creep up, trying to scout out, see if they can spot out these walls, but Xfero through the smoke. Finishing the job there onto the Neon. Salva's flying, a reposition. Margaret, though, pushing through double doors. Solid headshot, finds Crazy Guy. Now suddenly the site opened up. Monyet gonna be noted. Ivy waiting around the back. It's not quite prepared for Cushy, however. 2v3, two sheriffs, a ghost. Margaret, the first fight there. Wins it out as Jemkin falls. Oh, it all comes down to Cushy. Flash at the ready, finds the first, but just can't quite overcome the odds. Nongshim themselves a much needed. Going to be sprinting back across, but it's only classics in hand here for the side of RRQ.
I just love this. Just a meteor-esque play here from Margaret.
Margaret, though. He's walking right into the lines then. Crazy Guy almost certainly would win this, but has he found a timing? Oh my goodness, he has. Margaret swinging around, peeks in towards Flowers for a quick second. Oh, spots a pixel out of place, finds the first, swings the corner, looks back, gets the no-scope. Ivy.
Margaret, with his best meteor impressions, helps secure a solid anti-eco right after a much-needed pistol round.
Coming away with 3 with that Marshall in hand as Dambi.
Connector back in a waterfall and just caught the right exact moment.
But what if they could get more?
Be one of those things that this is their bonus.
Cushy, the half wall though. Oh man, I mean, gets a dink on a Margaret. The follow-up shot on Dambi. Salvos, however, will be able to mow him down. Trade's going to be found in that regard, but still player advantage for the side of RRQ and time dwindling for Nongshim. Potential for just the spam out. Looks like Monyet just going to stay tucked here for the time being as the concuss comes in. Francis staying planted in place. Is able to avoid the shots, and now the Armageddon goes rolling across the final shot there. Able to take down Monyet. Plays forward, Thorns locking them in Flowers here for the moment. Hugs along the side, gun barrel spotted, Jemkin dead. No clue, it hits him. Francis well used. Time, however, ticking.
Margaret on the lurk, Francis with bold positions. Nongshim Redforce was back, and that puts a smile on the IGL's face.
Just maybe a little too much of a sell.
Slide over, Jemkin not able to get out. Overstays his welcome. This time there's a bit more reinforcement there alongside Dambi. Still guard going to be sent. Xfero able to find one. Monyet pushing forward into the smoke. Gets quite a bit of damage across. As Dambi forward here at Secret, and Crazy Guy is not quite ready for it. They're pushing their way forward, death ball style, towards this A site. Armageddon try to go ahead and clear out one side of the map. Cushy still taking a ton of damage. Stunned up, the push forward, Dambi overdrive in play, finding one, looking for the second, cannot make it happen, but Francis is there for the trade as Xfero. Those go down. 4-3 the plant. Goes out, wants to try to make it absolutely impossible. Crazy Guy with the push up. Finding one, but now they have to back away. Armageddon going to be sent, but they have to peel off. Lockdown, okay, never mind. Destroyed by the Armageddon itself. We'll have to give them an opportunity. Cosmic Divide. Try to block things off. Persia pushing forward with the defuse, being held. They rush in, and they're just getting absolutely melted.
Margaret
around the side, finding one, tucks back. and gets the Red Bull clutch. So damn close for RRQ, a heartbreaker of a round to lose. But Nongshim just
spray down that entry the whole round.
And when they needed it most, Margaret, with an impressive 1v2 clutch through the Cosmic Divide, makes sure that Nongshim Redforce stays ahead.
Cut him off from the rest. Just kind of spray down, sort of chop Nongshim apart as they enter, but it doesn't work.
With their last time out, RRQ was looking to pull all the stops, and Nongshim Redforce just had to find the answer for 2 more rounds.
And everything else behind it with the Armageddon. Find a good timing, but I think they're pretty aware that he might be in that back corner.
He's gonna try to push up into the smoke, does catch a decent little timing there as Francis will fall. He's gonna send it, probably needs to send it right now, and will do so. Will try to shove them back, Downbeat rushes forward, does grab the spike. Looks like they want to still try to push here. A brief little pause, but time starting to tick. Downbeat able to find one, the wall, however, still locking them out as Monyet comes up with another. Margaret still fighting back despite the HP disadvantage. Finding one, Ivy out wide, taken down. Margaret now all alone and hounded down. Crazy guy just running at him.
30 seconds left.
Double suppress, and given the time, you have to know that this is going to be the site commitment. Salvos for some further delay. Francis actually at risk with this plan. Goes for an off angle to try to avoid the players there in dugout. Francis, however, finding 2. Crazy guy, Cushy, both going to be eliminated. Squirrel able to find one more. Now a 2v2 is Margaret trying to hold things down here from the side. Finds the first. Ends up going for the fake out of Chimkin, trying to backpedal in desperation to go.
I like the ideas from RRQ, but the execution, oh my god, Francis.
Yep.
That is disgusting. Persia there, able to find a perfect timing to catch Monyet's lurk. That is nasty for Margaret. Now, not too long
Match
ago,
point,
so
Look at their odds
but the
of being able to
econ's
take
not
this one
good.
round away.
And you know what that
From
means.
the side of Nongshim. Very weak. Downbeat obviously with a Bucky, something that does demand respect.
oh boy.
Bit of damage taken.
Oh,
Good pushment. Okay, Francis is going to be eliminated.
Mid.
Monyet finding one. Downbeat sliding forward, cutting Cushy in half. Monyet taken down, but Ivy quickly nullified. As we enter into a 3v3, some weapons picked up. 2 Vandals now in hand for the remaining players of Nongshim. Trying to assess where they should go. We can tell B site the correct choice. Everyone from RRQ effectively grouped up over towards A, and it looks like they agree with us. So the alarm bot gets dropped.
The spike was noted that it was dropped, and they instead went on an exploration to try to find a lurker or a flank. And instead it was just Nongshim taking their time to go pick it up. A 3v3.
Spike now planted. Downbeat forward at B tower. Alarm bot giving the alert. Flash across through that connected. Try to see if there's anybody playing the angle.
We gotta go.
Jemkin now arriving. The swing in. The offset. Downbeat. I feel like he was prepared, but ends up wavering at the last second. Jemkin now scouting them all out. Sends out the flash. Hasn't quite seen Margaret as he stays tucked back. Persia is surrounded. Finds the first, however. The defuse. Tap. Margaret. The headshot. So damn clean. Margaret takes them over the line with 2 final kills. And this time, the OT is denied.
A 3rd clutch for Margaret to close out the match. Dombey on the Bucky, Margaret on the clutch, and you wouldn't have it any other way. Nongshim Redforce avoids the overtime this time, and will close out the match 13-10 on Pearl, defeating RRQ 2-1. The Ascension rookies did learn some tough lessons back at kickoff, but it's good to see that they haven't lost their spice as they return with an exciting win over RRQ to open up Stage 1, paving their way towards the playoffs. And next up in line to get served a bowl of spicy ramyun? Oh, just a small little team you might have heard of, called T1. We'll see you on March 29th.